Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim El Shai Bashim Al Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who will teach well. And I want to say Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, your brother Karad Desire back with a quick lesson. The lesson is going into who the kingdom of heaven is for. All right. Throughout time, throughout the perversion, okay, of history of the Bible, because the churches have perverted the history of it, the white man has perverted the history of it, and all understanding has been taken away from the earth, through the anger of the Lord and the perversion of the Bible by the white man. All right, but through the mercies of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, we have understanding of the Bible. So I'm going to start here. Revelation 6 chapter, read this right quick. This is Revelation chapter 5 and verse 5. To get straight to the point, and one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. So, just quick, straight to the point, the Lord Yahweh Shai, he was able to, through his sacrifice, all right, give us understanding of the Bible, man. Okay. All right. So when you see so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians standing on a corner reading out of the book that the Lord has specifically ordained for them to understand the history, I know it by the way of our Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called, JC. But to get to the topic, this is Mark chapter 4 and verse 10. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable, and the parable of the sower. All right, but the point is 11. And he is Yahweh Shai, said unto them, it is unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. Okay. So let's start at the top. It is given unto you, it is given. All right, in this modern time, look at those men that's on the highways and byways preaching. It is given unto them to know the mysteries of the kingdom. And it's also given unto them a responsibility to teach the mysteries of the kingdom. And one mystery of the kingdom is that the kingdom of heaven is not for everybody. Okay. All right, the kingdom of heaven is only for the Israelites. Okay. All right. And that's what we're going to go in today. All right. And the word mystery, let me get it. Blue letter. Dang, phone just closed out. Sorry, y'all. All right, the word mystery in the Greek is mysterion. Okay, it says a thing hidden, secret, mystery. Generally, mysteries, religious secrets. All right, and this is not a religion. This is a way of life, but it's a secret. All right, confined only to the initiated and not to ordinary mortals. All right, so what the Lord was saying, it is unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom. All right, of Yahweh. But unto them that are without, all things are done in parables. So those that are without are, in accordance with this definition, are ordinary mortals. All right, the ones that understand that the kingdom of heaven is for the Israelites are part of the initiated. If that's what the Lord Yahweh allows for your life, He has your lot. Okay, and the initiated are the elect. Okay. All right. So just continuing on in this definition, it says a hidden or secret thing, not obvious to the understanding. All right. A purpose, a hidden purpose or counsel, And then I'm gonna go down. Secret will says of the Most High, the secret counsels which govern Yahweh in dealing with the righteous, which are hidden from ungodly and wicked men, but plain to the godly. So these words, okay, are the mysteries of the kingdom are plain to the godly, okay. And that was that for the word mystery. But to those that are without, man, those that were destined to not get understanding and to be destroyed, it's not for you to understand. So the things that we say, all right, and through the Spirit of the Lord, which He started first, are going to be done, said in secret. Okay, all right, parabolic form. Okay, so let's go to Revelation 7. This is Revelation chapter 7. And I'm gonna start at 3. No, I'm gonna start at 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree. The wind is going to those thermonuclear missiles, all right, which Lord will happen real soon, because I was just looking at, just scroll through my news article notifications, and then it says one here says move hypersonic weapons within striking distance of U.S. Russian MP says. So things are just, getting closer to the end, man. All right. And the Lord's gonna allow these thermonuclear missiles to destroy this place, all right. In verse 2 it says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. All right. The servants of the Lord are going to be the elect, okay? And they're going to be sealed with the names Yahweh Shema Shai in their foreheads, all right? And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. All right. So these individuals, all right, that are being sealed, okay, these are going to be rulers next to Yahweh Shai, all right, in the kingdom. All right. Further, are starting to solidify that the kingdom of heaven is for so-called Native Latinos and Native American Indians. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna jump to Daniel 2. You know what? I'm gonna jump to Isaiah 34 because it was 35, because it just opened up as I was sliding back. So I'm gonna just jump to that. Then I'm gonna jump to Daniel 2. All right. Isaiah chapter 35. And in my footnote, or in my Bible, it says Israel restored to Zion. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as a hart, and the tongues of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. All right. This is speaking on Israel being restored into Zion. All right. And I believe Zion, it goes into I think the word is Tazawan. All right. And goes into a monument. I believe it means monument. Okay. That's a lot if I'm wrong. All right. But it says here, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water, and an habitation of dragons, where each lake shall be grass with reeds and rushes. Okay. So this sounds like everything is being restored to natural order. All right. And a highway should be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. Okay. And guess what? The way of holiness is the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. And if you read Jeremiah the 31st chapter, it tells you that the nation of Israel is going to be holy because we're going to have the law, statute, commandments in our inward parts. Okay. All right. But it says the unclean shall not pass over it. And unclean goes into a lot of different categories. Okay. Because if you read it in the law, they had people that were unclean that, let's say you had sex with your old lady. All right. You would be from that time period that released your seed. And after you cleaned yourself, from that time, after you release your seed and you clean yourself until the evening, all right, you will be unclean. But people are also unclean because of certain blemishes or running boils or things like that. And women are unclean because, they may have had a baby, and also because of their menstrual cycle. So certain reasons will cause you to be unclean. Okay, but in this sense, okay, I'm gonna look at what it says in regards to unclean. I want to see what the Hebrew word is. It's Isaiah 35. Yep, the word is tamai. All right, and it says that's the Hebrew word for it, tamai, and it says unclean and pure. All right, ethically and religiously. All right, ritually or of places. Okay, so ethically and religiously. So so to speak, religiously because it's not a religion. All right, well, let's just say ethically. All right, these other nations in the kingdom are going to be unclean. All right, so they're never going to pass over the way of righteousness, the way of holiness, the highway that it is speaking about. Okay, it's only for the Israelites. Okay, and it's going to be in the kingdom. All right, it says, the unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men, though fools shall not, though fools shall not err therein. All right, and if you look up the word, wayfaring. All right, it goes into being a pilgrim. All right, at one point in time, we're pilgrims now. All right, we're gonna be pilgrims further. Once time goes on in regards to maybe being out of our houses, however the Lord sets it up. But just being a wanderer. All right, and we are wanderers in this earth. All right, because this place is not our rest. Okay. Verse 9, it says, no lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. All right, and the redeemed, all right, when I had read Revelation the 7th chapter, all right, those are the ones that are going to be redeemed. Okay, the elect, man. All right, and the ransomed of Yahweh shall return. All right, the ransomed of Yahweh, okay, goes into the elect that have been predestined to be saved, all right, by the mercies of Yahweh, but through the blood of Yahweh Shai. Shalom, sister. Yahweh Shemal Shai Barakatah. All right. It says, and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee. All right. These are all characteristics, all right, that we shall obtain joy and gladness, all right. That's what's going to happen when we in the kingdom, all right. Israel is going to be in rulership, all right, and we're going to get that in Genesis 27 chapter and Daniel 2nd chapter, all right. And sorrow and sighing shall flee away, because this is all we doing right now, sighing and crying unto the Lord full of sorrow because we don't got the kingdom, all right. But in the kingdom, all that's going to be away, man. Let me get something else. This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. I'm gonna start at 1. No, this is 21 and 1. Salaki, I said 20. Salaki. All right, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of power of God, but we know his name is Yahweh, out of heaven, prepared for a bride adorned for a husband. All right, here's a context clue in here that this is telling you that the kingdom of heaven is for Israel. It says New Jerusalem. Okay, all right, New Jerusalem. All right, is a refreshed Jerusalem, and who was in Jerusalem before? All right, Israel, man. Okay. But continuing on, the point in the verse 4 says, And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their power. Who did the Lord say he was going to be their power for, man? All right. Who did the Lord sanctify to himself from the beginning? So if it was that back in the Old Testament days when the Lord said, I chose thee to be a people, a special people unto me. All right, it's not going to change in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Verse 4 is the point, and Yahweh shall wipe away all their tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. All right, so all these things correlate to characteristics. I don't know if that's how you would say that word. All right, well, it is describing something. These are all descriptions that the Israelites are going to receive. Okay, it's like it said in the Old Testament in Isaiah the 34th chapter. I'm going to read it again. And the ransom of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads, and they shall obtain joy and gladness. Okay, so no more crying, no more sorrowing. All right, the tears of our eyes, Yahweh has wiped them, will wipe them away. All right, we are in the process of being healed. All right. But continuing on, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. All right, just correlating that with Revelation, the 21st chapter. All right, so I'm going to go to Genesis 27th chapter, and this is just get straight to the point. This is Genesis 27 and 28. All right, we know about Jacob receiving a blessing from Isaac, okay, in regards to being inheriting the kingdom of heaven. All right, that was predestined as well, just like everything else that we read in the scriptures. All right, it was all set before in the mind of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and then it happened, and we're reading about it. Okay, it says verse 28. Oh yeah, we know how Jacob supplanted. You know, I don't want to say supplanted his father, but we know how Jacob, just tricked his father into giving him the blessing, but that was already predestined. All right, was supposed to happen. So it said, therefore, Yahweh give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. All right. I'm gonna read Esau's blessing too. All right. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. All right, there's major characteristic differences between Jacob's blessing and Esau's blessing. Okay, I'm gonna read into Esau's blessing, and then I'm gonna try to point out some of those differences. All right, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. All right, those two things. All right, Jacob and Esau received the same thing in regards to it. Right. Reading Jacob's again, it says, Therefore Yahweh give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. All right, they kind of sort of correlate. Okay, but the heaven that Jacob is going to be ruling in is going to be in the kingdom of heaven. And so, of course, it's also going to be in this world as well, because it's going to be brand new. All right. Um, and continuing and on Esau's, it says, and of the dew of heaven from above. All right. There was kind of some correlating things there. But then here in Jacob's, it says, and plenty of corn and wine. Now, if you go read Jeremiah the 31st chapter, after the Lord said he's going to put the law, statutes, commandments on our inward parts, it goes into how the Lord's going to give us plenty of corn and wine. All right. Now, this that may be, see, maybe spiritual for some other things, and I don't have that understanding. But just looking at it in a carnal aspect, plenty of food, all right, plenty of things that we need to nourish our body, resources. Okay, let me see. Jeremiah 3. Maybe it's in Ezekiel. So it might be in Ezekiel. Let's see. Yes, it's Ezekiel. Yeah, Ezekiel 36, and at that point you can start at 29. I'm gonna just read it. This is Ezekiel 36 and 29. It says, I will also save you from all the uncleanliness, and I will cause the corn and it will increase and lay no famine upon you. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among you, among the heathen. All right, so going into that corn and wine, all right, fruit, it's a form of wine. Well, wine is a form of fruit, salaki, okay? But um, just comparing the blessings that Esau got compared to Jacob to show you that what we're gonna receive is way better, and it's only for those that one understand it, and it's also what this lesson is for, to give people understanding. But the kingdom of heaven is only for you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, but continuing on, I'm gonna read Esau's second part of his blessing. Then I'm gonna go back to reading Jacob's. All right, it says verse 27 and 40 in Salakia, Genesis 27 and 40. It says, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. All right. And this is Jacob's blessing. It says, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren. Salakia. All right. So Esau's going to rule by his sword, all right, but we're going to have it where people are going to be bound serving us, and nations are going to bow down to us, all right? We know Revelation is 13, and I believe it's 10. We can also go into Isaiah 60, where it speaks about, nations serving us, okay? But Esau don't have that as in regard to his blessing, okay? Esau has to go around with the sword to force people to rule, force people for he has to go around with his sword in order to have people serve him and nations bow down to him. All right. Through Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh Shemal Shai, nations are going to go do that, automatically. And then Isaiah the second chapter. Isaiah the second chapter. All right, Slocky, I just dropped something about Isaiah the second chapter as well. Okay. Lost my point. Let me go back to Genesis. And then I'm just thinking ahead. Okay. Going back to Esau's blessing, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck. All right, let me see. And going back into Jacob's, it says, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. All right. So you can see the differences between what we're going to receive and what Esau has received, and it's uncomparable. And the blessings that these two, Jacob and Esau received, no other nation got it in that extent. Okay, and no other nation are going to get it how we going to get it when the Lord returns. All right, we're going to, just imagine. My imagination ain't that good, but I try to imagine things like, walking or floating over gold, because that's what the tree's going to be made of, things like that, just, and of course, our thoughts ain't the Lord's thoughts. So whatever we think of, the Lord's going to, double that by 100 times a million, if that makes sense. It really, that, just the Lord's going to do even better than what we could think, is what I'm saying. This is Daniel, the second chapter. Let me just let me see. This is Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. And in those days of the king shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right. So we in the days of the last king. All right. And it's Esau Edom, according to the blessings that we just read from Isaac to Esau. All right. And the Lord's going to destroy this place. All right. And the one that's going to set up the kingdom that's going to last forever is Yahweh Shai. All right. And we know, all right, that Yahweh Shai as a Hebrew Israelite. Let's go to, I believe it's Hebrews 7 and 14. All right, it says Hebrews 7 and 14, for it is evident that our Lord, all right, so our Lord is Yahweh Shai, sprang out of Judah, all right, just as I had read earlier in Revelations, the 5th chapter, all right, the line of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, okay, all right, that's speaking on Yahweh Shai, okay. He's coming to set up the kingdom that's going to last forever, all right. And it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. All right. Who's the kingdom of heaven for? It's only for you so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. I'm trying to think of a scripture where I can. All right. If one comes to me, then I'll, the Lord allow me to read it. All right. Let me see. And then it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right. So the Lord's kingdom is going to stand forever. And it's going to start with Yahweh Shai. So let me go to 2 Samuel. Find it. I need some new footnotes. 2 Samuel 7 and let me start at 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, all right, this is the Lord talking to King David. And thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels. Going into how the Lord is basically the root of King David. Okay. I will establish his kingdom. He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. All right. The throne of Yahweh is going to be established forever. All right. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the stripes, with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men. All right, this is talking about Yahweh Shai, because King Solomon never got beat or was chastised for his iniquity. He died like everybody else does. Okay, but in his reincarnation, all right. Read Isaiah the 53rd chapter to tell you what happened to the Lord. All right. Also, Solomon, he didn't rule forever. All right. But the kingdom that Yahweh Shai is going to set up is going to rule forever. But my point in reading this, okay, all right, is to help you understand, okay, that the Lord Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to be up forever. All right. Let me see. I think that was all I had, man. Can't really think of anything else. But the whole point of this lesson was to show you that the mysteries of the kingdom, all right. One great mystery is that no matter what they say in these churches, the kingdom of heaven is only for you so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. The kingdom of heaven is not for everybody, man. Okay. There's going to be slaves in the kingdom. There's going to be rulership in the kingdom. Just like in Esau's kingdom and all these other kingdoms that the Lord allowed to set up, there was rulers and there were slaves, okay? In the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're going to be in rulership, and these other nations are going to be slaves, okay? So Lord will is edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shem Habakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. We move on to teach well. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Kwame Yasharala and my wife's off the ball. Shalom Akwas, Tawada for watching, and Yahweh Shemal Shai Barakatah. Shalom, shalom, shalom.